Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time to pick your own card weekly guidance for the 9th through to the 15th of December. So I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which most of you are familiar with now. It is a modality in a box. It does come with a key, which you can turn into a pendulum, and it comes with a masterclass so that you can learn how to use not only just read the cards, but also how to activate karmic healing in your Akashic records. So that's why it's called a modality in a box. If you want to get your deck before Christmas as a gift for yourself or for somebody else, then you will need to book soon. And if you actually wanted to get the bundle, you can get also the Akashic Ascension Aura Spray, which is a really high vibrational spray that you can use for all kind of Akashic work, spell work, meditation, journaling, anything where you want to raise your vibration. This spray has 5 floral essences and 3 crystal essences, plus Archangel Metatron's energy and Ascended Master Merlin. So it's a really beautiful spray, which actually I'm going to put on now. So you can get that with the masterclass and the key and another advanced masterclass, all for £99. So you can do the bundle. So I have popped the link in the description below and in the comments so that you can look into that a little bit more. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. So if you've not had a chance to choose, I want you to tune into cards 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to reveal the messages, themes, and energies, but I would encourage you to listen to all of the messages. We have definitely got a theme here based on the bonus card, which is all about money and wealth, which is my topic of the week because I've delivered my Akashic Business membership masterclass, which is sovereignty and money. We are working through the wealth chamber in the Akashic Oracle card certification. And now we've got money and wealth coming up as the bonus card. So actually what I'm going to be sharing with you are 3 specific areas that will support you with elevating your money and wealth. So definitely listen to all 3 messages. I will pop in also a relevant meditation or pendulum activation that will also help with money flow. And of course, that's free. That will be tagged at the end of this video. Also, interestingly, the bonus card is the same as last week's bonus card, which doesn't happen very often. Obviously, the messages are going to be completely different because we have a different theme that we're going to relate that to. But money and wealth and how we can elevate our money wealth flow is definitely the theme for this week. And that actually said, I also am doing the Safety and Ascension podcast with Natasha Harris this week on the 18th. And actually, that's going to be the week after. Yeah, it's going to be the week after, but just to put it in your diaries, the 18th, and that'll be live on Facebook, but it'll also go onto our YouTube channel. And we again are talking about money. So it's a hot topic for December. Okay, so the first thing that you want to be looking at from a money and wealth prosperity perspective, if you have chosen card 1, which was my card, is spiritual connection. So there's a couple of messages here. What I kind of got straight away was religious programming, not feeling spiritual, holy. If you have a desire for money, desire for wealth, desire for abundance, having more than enough, that isn't seen as spiritual. It's not seen as good. It's not seen as proper, correct. Whatever the programming, the beliefs, the conditioning that we have received over eons of time, there is definitely a connection here around religion and money. Of course, we know there's a lot of corruption that has happened within churches of all kinds, across all kind of religions. And it has kind of really tarnished the energy of money, because energy of money and what that can create, there's been this attachment to money, money being corrupt, money creating corruption, money creating greed. Money is the root of all evil. You know, we kind of know of all of these types of proverbs and belief systems that people have. But that's all down to the people and the emotions and the beliefs that we attach to money and the circumstances that get created and the trauma and the wounding that occur because of the energy of money, the envy, the jealousy, the hatred, the anger, the separation that money can create. It's a massive enabler, but it's also a huge disabler. But that's because of the actions that people take when perhaps they have lots of money, or they don't know how to handle money, or they're irresponsible with money. You know, it brings out all of our limitations. It brings out all of our fears. It brings all out of our hopes and desires as well. It can bring out all of our gifts. It gives us opportunity, opens doors. It's a healer. It's a massive healer. And so for you, if you've picked card 1, religious programming, in particular, vows of poverty in particular are connected with this card. So I would encourage you to use your Akashic Records. Maybe have a little look on my Akashic meditation playlists and see what there is around religious programming or just money blocks, just in general, vows of poverty. Have a little listen to those. Of course, if you're doing your own energy healing, whether it's pendulum using the violet flame, if you're doing Reiki, maybe theta healing, whatever it might be, quantum healing, you can apply all of those things absolutely to clear whatever religious programming that is still hanging about, it's still there within your multidimensional being, within your Akashic records. So this is just going to help you not open up your spiritual connection as such. It's going to open up your money connection for sure, because you are not limiting the amount that you are able to receive without then the feelings of guilt, or that this is, you know, I'm a wrongdoer because I desire money. You know, that would have just been an absolute no-no in some of the religions and some of the cultures and lifetimes that we have had. So releasing that just means that you have a more open, honest regard to the energy of money, and that you're not then maybe handling it with this guilt and shame and maybe hiding it away, keeping it in secret, or your desires, keeping those in secret. You don't need to do that. And you're not looked upon or judged by God or whatever your terminology is, or by your guides, because you desire money. You're not. But if you believe that you are, if there's any part of you that feels or thinks that you do, that you are, it's going to be something that you are able to work with and release. So spiritual connection. Let me know if this is resonating, if there's anything pinging within you as I'm talking about religious programming and money and wealth and abundance and prosperity and having it all. Is there anything that's coming up that's feeling a little bit icky, a little bit uncomfortable? Then that's telling you that there's something there that you can absolutely work with. And there's also the glass ceiling that you could work with on that one as well, because, you know, we will put a limit in on how much we're allowed to receive, again, because we have to be the good girl or the good boy. Can't take too much. Can't take too much. We've got to leave some for everybody else. Which, you know, from a moral perspective, we probably would do that anyway. From a values perspective and an integrity perspective, we would probably do that anyway, you know. But we can totally limit ourselves in some shape or form. So religious programming, vows of poverty, I'm definitely picking up on that. If you have picked card 2, this is about your money relationship. It's unconditional love. So this is going to be for those in particular that have an avoidance around money, not wanting to admit maybe some of their past choices around money, how they feel about money, what they think about money. And all of this card is really encouraging. And if you've not listened to card 1, please go back and listen to card 1, because we are dealing with all different types of money blocks here. So I'm giving you, so why not listen to all of the cards, so that you can elevate your flow of wealth in the most optimal way possible. So this is about having a greater regard for money, not necessarily putting money on a pedestal, because that can then obviously go the other way and we fall at the feet of money and everything is for money, you know. So that's kind of it, going in the other direction of the extreme. But if we are avoiding conversations about money, if we are avoiding stepping into our sovereignty with money, you know, having better boundaries perhaps with ourselves around money, understanding maybe the cycles that we have with dealing and handling money. Do we feel like we're in our power with money, or do we use money as a way to numb? Do we use money as a way to give a short-term gratification, a dopamine hit, but then we feel guilt, then we feel shame? That's obviously serving a different thing. That's fulfilling a need, a wound perhaps, or a trauma, and you're trying to fill the void with something, and it's not getting to the root cause. It's not really healing it. So this card is really looking at your connection with money, maybe in specific ways, but as a general overall topic. And it's kind of like, you know, what is your relationship like with money? Do you have a love for money? Do you have a high regard for money? Do you loathe money? Do you feel angry by money, frustrated by money? Whatever you're feeling, and obviously we can have multiple feelings throughout the day, depending on what's going on, but just know that every time you are having an emotional reaction with money, you are labeling money with that energy. And when we start to label that money with energy, and it's a repeated kind of similar energy, then guess what? We attract money back into our experience with that same frequency attached to it. So it doesn't mean that we're necessarily receiving money from love. We are maybe receiving money from an energy of obligation. And somebody feels that they have to give you the money because they feel, you know, that they're responsible for you in some way, or that they pity you in some way, or whatever it might be. And that's not the best way to receive money either, you know. I know money is just energy, but it's what we attach to it. So when we start to have this greater perspective and more consciousness, more awareness around how we use money as a tool, but also what's our regard, what's our emotions, what's our beliefs attached to it, we start to build up a picture. And it just means that we can have a more healthy relationship with the energy of money. This is what this card is about. It's how can we improve and have a more healthy relationship connection. So when we can start to attract money from a place of joy, a place of peace, that's a very different energy. It's a beautiful energy, you know. So this is an invitation for you to just have some awareness this week around any of your comings and goings with money, any transactions that happen, any bills that you have to pay, you know, the weekly shopping, like maybe the utility bills, something in your business, workplace, Christmas is coming up, you know, how are you using that money? What power, what energy are you attaching to it? And are you grateful when you're able to pay a bill? Invest in that bill, invest in yourself. Are you grateful, or do you feel resentment? Do you feel like you don't have enough? Because the physical reality is, yes, you may not have a lot, but if we really go into fear around that and we get anxious and worry, we're attaching anxiety and worry to the energy of money. And it's like, okay, how can I still remain in a place of abundance and just have this knowledge? Yes, there isn't much in the bank. There isn't much in my account. But I'm not going to go into attachment about worry and attach it to money. How can I look at this from a more neutral perspective and maybe attach a sense of optimism, a sense of hope, a sense of, okay, how can I be the alchemist here? How can I be the magician? How can I create magic with this money, with money opportunity? So it's really just trying to shift your energy, trying to shift your mindset, trying to shift the relationship and the regard that you have for money. One of the common things that, money creates lots of problems, more money, more problems. That's what people can say. So people will be like, don't give me too much money, energetically, it's like, I don't want any more money because I don't want any more problems. So there's all these types of little things that we would have grown up with, which will impact your relationship to money. But awareness is needed for you to then start to just make those micro shifts, make those little tweaks with your words and your thoughts and your feelings, which will then start to, slightly shift your behavior around it as well. So let me know what you feel around that particular card. And if you've got any questions or any insights, I would love to hear them. And of course, if you want to get your own deck of cards, play along with me each week, then it's the Akashic Oracle card deck, modality in a box. Or you can actually sign up for my Empowerment Oracle package. And this is where I hold space for you for a whole 12 months. We get 4 sessions once every quarter. And it's an empowerment oracle session. So I empower you with insight, with wisdom, with action. And of course, there's karmic healing in there to support you with moving through that next 3 months in the most aligned way possible. Okay, so card 3, third money block. Go listen to the other 2 money blocks. If you've not listened to the other 2 cards, I'm giving you lots of tips, tricks, and hacks here to help you improve your money, wealth, and abundance flow. So this third card is forgiveness. So this is really looking at where you hold yourself back with limitation, with duty. So there could be a couple of things here. It can be duty, it can be your actual behaviors and actions that are holding you back and keeping you trapped in maybe the same old routines and habits. And of course, money will be incorporated into that in terms of how you create your money, how much you're allowing yourself to create. If you're not stepping out of that and looking at further opportunities, maybe expanding your knowledge base so that you can ask for more. So if we're keeping ourselves in this, in these chains, in these bindings, not really changing anything, then we are placing a limit on our money. But even more so, there's the energetic binding chains that we can lock ourselves in. And that can be around guilt and shame. And for me, what I really picked up on this card is past credit or debt, as some people will say, which has a negative connotation straight away. When you think of debt, it's like, I can't handle my money. I'm not very good at it. I get myself into debt. Then I've got to dig myself out of it, or I don't dig myself out of it and I get into even more serious like debt. So there's a shameful connection with the word debt. That's why I say past credit or past investment, because we were investing in ourselves in some shape or form, and we made the choice to spend the money. But what we can then attach is this real sense of shame, this real sense of guilt, or even sense of frustration of not being able to maybe clear that, maybe in the time frame that you want to, or there's just a sense of, I made a mistake. Why did I do that? It might have maybe then created further issues with relationships, with family, depending on, the amount and what it was for. There might have been things that were kept in secret and maybe nothing has ever come to the light, and you still hold guilt and shame around that because you've kept a secret from somebody. So there might be some guilt around that as well. These energetic bindings of what, again, we are attaching to our actions around money are keeping us tied. They're keeping us locked in to maybe that situation, that time when that choice and decision was made. There's a part of us that is locked in to that circumstance, locked into that part of our Akashic records, and it's like frozen. And we're not allowing ourselves to freeze it up unless we acknowledge that we feel that way, or that we've made a mistake, but we're ready to let it go. We are ready to stop feeling guilty, stop punishing ourselves. Whatever it might be that you have frozen as part of time about money and your choices and your decisions and your actions around money, this is the time to forgive yourself and free yourself from those chains. So this can relate to any part of your past decisions, choices, experiences around money. And if you can identify just one where it still feels like there is, that sense of, God, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I could change that, or why does that still feel heavy or icky, or there's still that twinge of regret, remorse, then you've got something to clear around that. And this is your opportunity. Activate forgiveness for yourself. Just admit or recognize that's how you're feeling, or that's what it relates to. And just say, I am ready to let this go. I am ready to forgive myself. And you could use the Ho'oponopono prayer. I know I've said that wrong. Or if you could go and look at my playlist for the Akashic Healing Meditations, you will see that there's a couple on there around forgiveness. And go and listen to that. And just bring whatever it is that you want into the session, and just use that as your intention of using the healing session to forgive all of these bits and pieces. So that is your third card. Hoping these are making sense. You've got a really beautiful breadth of different money blocks that you can look at, go delve deep into, and activate healing with, which is amazing. So our bonus card is Money and Wealth, which is what's instigated all of these cards. And it's Home and Environment. So it's the same bonus card as last week, which is really unusual. So Home and Environment. So the money and wealth piece here is just to be mindful of other people's money fears, money projections, money beliefs, anything that's going on in your environment. So it can be family, it can be friends, friendship circles, it can be work. Oh my God, work can be a place of complaining about money in particular and how much things cost. And I've had this unexpected bill come in and I've got to pay for this. So it's all negative talk around the energy of money. So it's highlighting that person's relationship with money, and they're spelling that out by complaining about it, thinking about it, worrying about it. And this is just being mindful of what you are noticing going on around you, how people are speaking around the energy of money, wealth, and abundance. And this is just being mindful of that and just neutralizing your own space, your own energy, and not basically taking that on. And if you feel that you come home in an evening from being with people that, and groups of people are really big for, really creating then this ball of energy that we can sit within for a couple of hours. So just make sure you're having this beautiful cleansing shower. You may want to have a physical shower, but you may just want to also use the divine source light, and just imagine yourself stepping into this beautiful shower of golden energy and asking for it to be cleansed and cleared, or asking for the violet flame. And again, a violet flame shower of energy, of light, and just asking it to energetically cleanse you of any non-beneficial energy, any negative thoughts, like thought forms, feelings, emotions, in particular, anything that is raised, like lowering my vibration around the energy of money. You can ask for all sorts of things just to be cleansed and cleared. So home and environment, excuse me, be mindful and aware of just the conversations, people's attitudes, people's communication around the topic of money, flow, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. And just cancel, alt, delete, neutralize my energy, not taking it on board, cancel, alt, delete. I'm not taking it on board. That's not my reality. My reality is abundant. Money is infinite. The universe is infinite. I'm infinite. I'm a money magnet. I magnetize money to me daily. I love money, money loves me. Whatever it is that you want to use as your neutralizing affirmation, absolutely use that, because that's just going to help you to just like use an antidote, as it were, to whatever is being put in around you and within your energy, consciously and unconsciously. You're just basically neutralizing it, and you're keeping your energy pristine, and you're keeping your money relationship and your regard to money. Like, you're taking more power, you're being more sovereign with it. And that's a really beautiful thing for us to step into our own power with this. So, home and environment. Of course, you could also then just go and blast your home with some beautiful sound healing, with beautiful sprays, sage, Palo Santo. You may also want to just, anything connected with money that's come in here and people are complaining, then of course, cleanse your home as well, because you don't want that energy sticking around. So let me know how these cards are resonating. Don't forget, if you want to get your order in for the Akashic Oracle card deck, there is the beautiful bundle below at £99. Includes 2 masterclasses if you're doing the bundle, the key, which you turn into a pendulum to activate karmic healing, the deck of cards, and also the Akashic Ascension Aura Spray. So you get all of that for £99. Incredible value. Of course, you can get the deck on its own as well. You can get the spray on its own. I do all of those bits and pieces. So if you're not sure what you need, what is best for you, please reach out. We have a little chat and I can tune in and see what is going to work. All right, love and blessings. Have a beautiful week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.